Welcome to class today, guys. Today we'll be learning about GMOs. Does anyone know what GMO stands for?
Yeah.
Jared?
Golden marshmallow Oreos.
Ooh, close, Jared, but not quite. Anyone else? No. Well, GMO stands for Genetically Modified Organism.
What?
Yes, Kirsten?
What do they do?
Let's go. I'll show you.
Pretty much how GMOs work is you look at the sequence from the thing that you are trying to modify. So here we have our sequence with our different proteins. G and C always get paired together, and A and T always get paired together when you're sequencing. So you look at it, and then you look at the DNA sequence of something that you want to insert, and you try and find the traits that you want. So say we want to insert this little section, the AATG, from this chain. What you do is you cut this section out, so then you have your little section, and then you insert it into this chain over here. So that way you'll be able to get your desirable trait. Yes, Jared?
I don't exactly understand how that will transfer from one gene thingamabob to the other gene thingamabob. How does that work? Yeah, I know.
I think I understand. After the DNA connects with the RNA and they copy, they take that gene, like the wider strand, and put it into a bacteria strand. So that bacteria will be able to multiply, and then they inject the copies into cells from another plant. I think.
Yes, Kirsten, you're absolutely right. Once you have your final copy, you insert it into little bits of bacteria, and then you insert that into a cell, so that way it can multiply rapidly.
You stick it into little bits of bacteria, like you blow them apart?
What?
You said you stick it into little bits of bacteria. I don't understand.
No, you inject them into the little bits of bacteria, and since bacteria have a very high doubling rate, they multiply quicker, and that way you have multiple bacteria that you can then insert into the cells, so that way it can show that trait.
That's better when you can talk.
So what do you guys think? Do you understand the process? Great. So now go home, and I want you to come back tomorrow with an idea of something that you can genetically modify. See you tomorrow.
This was such an easy assignment to modify my genes. They look so nice now.
So, McKenna, what are you doing?
I am replacing the duckweed gene with the jellyfish DNA.
Oh, why would you want to do that?
Jellyfish DNA will make the duckweed glow.
Interesting. So how are you going to do that?
To start the process, I will find the gene that I want to use from the jellyfish and replace it with the duckweed gene.
Oh, that's awesome. Good job. Keep working. Hey, Kirsten, so what are you doing?
I'm taking the starfish DNA and I'm going to put it into my lizard embryo so that it will, when the lizard gets its leg cut off, it'll grow back.
Oh, that's really fascinating. So what's the process of inserting a gene into another organism?
There are three different kinds of, replacing the gene, or to insert the gene. We can use the gold particle, shoot gold particles at the DNA, and it'll break the bonds, and then we can use that to replace it with the new gene. We can also use bacteria, which inserts enzymes that will cut off the bonds, and then replace it with the gene as well as part of the bacteria. And the other one is a virus which infects the DNA, and that will make it so that the DNA it'll introduce the new gene, and then it'll make it be able to replicate. When I'm done with it, I'm going to take the new gene, and insert it into my embryo so that it'll grow with the organism until it becomes a big creature.
Oh, that's awesome. Keep going.
Thanks.
So, Alex, how are you going to use GMOs?
I'm going to use GMOs to help feed those people starving all around the world.
Really? How are you going to do that?
Well, not only me, but scientists around the world are coming up with new ways to genetically modify plants to make them produce more and provide nutrients for the people that need them.
There's some controversy, though, about whether humans should consume food products that have GMOs in them. How do you feel about that?
Well, even though there's controversy for side effects and other things that may affect a person, there are many ways that genetically modified organisms can help people and provide them with the nutrients they need. That sure was a fun project. I wonder what else we can create. Does this work on just plants, or can we change other things too?
Oh, look, guys. I found this really cool article online, and it shows that GMOs they've made GMO goats that has spider silk proteins in their milk, and they're going to take that proteins and they want to make bulletproof vests out of them.
That's awesome.
Apparently you can do a lot of cool things with GMOs.
So guys, what was your favorite part of the project?
Well, my favorite part, actually, Kirsten, that was a good question. Since I got back from the Philippines, I saw a lot of people were starving, food shortage. They're really, really poor people. And so when I found out that they had they'd modified some rice plants in order to grow rice that had a B vitamin in it, that was really, really interesting to me, because, well, that's a huge boon for people who have starvation issues. They can't get all the vitamins that they need. So having that extra gene in there, it has a potential to help a lot of malnourished Filipinos.
You guys did a great job on your projects. I'm so glad you learned about GMOs.